Okay, well there we go. We're about halfway through this job. This is the steel panel, I suppose you'd call it, that I made out of angle iron, which essentially replaces this, which is an original piece of Milo. But as you can see, you know, it really should look like this, which is what they used to look like. We had to chop this right away to make room for the intercooler that sits here and the pipes that sit here and various other things. You know, it's had winch switches and all sorts of other stuff. And it basically, it's an integral part of the structure of the truck. Down the bottom here, these two bolts go on a hinge right down the front here. And the whole thing about a 40 series Toyota is that the front section is free, within bounds, to twist around. That's why they last so long. So the bonnet sits loosely on top. This panel holds both the mudguards together. They're also mounted off the chassis, but you know, you can see this gives it the integral strength. And so that whole piece, those three panels, the mudguards and the front, all locked together and free to move a little bit on the hinge. Beautiful until you whop away this much metal. And then, of course, the next thing that happened was, you know, I had a radio failure. Gleno gave me a shunt up the back of Evil, and you can see how bent this piece became. That bent this fender right out of shape. We straightened it all out back in the bush and all that kind of stuff, but it was always Mickey Mouse. It was never very good. This is going to fix that, but it leaves me with this beautiful option. I could pop the headlights back in here, which makes everything very cluttered again. You know, it's hard to get at the hosing and everything else, or I can do something different. And I'm really big on different. So I've done a few different things already. I'm using really big bolts, and I'm going to weld the nuts in on the inside. And that makes the whole thing really easy to pull in and out. That's the first thing I've changed. And the second thing is, what I'm going to do, because I've got a few of these, I've collected them over the years, knowing I might need them. I'm going to cut this down to just the light panel, just that part, strengthen it up, and then mount it on its own bolts about here. So it'll sit out a little bit and just have the lights sitting out, but it'll be detachable. So all I've got to do is unplug the lights, pull out 4 bolts, and I've got all that access to play with. Hey, how good's that? Let's see what happens.